Welcome, and thank you for joining us for today's deep dive. We are looking at a highly technical product page from a major AV vendor, HDTV Supply.
Yeah, it's a bit of a deep cut for sure.
Right. And our mission today is to kind of cut through the jargon surrounding this one specific device, the Intelix AVO-A2-MINI-WP-F analog stereo audio wall plate Balun.
Quite a mouthful.
I know, right? But we want to figure out why this tiny little unit is an absolute secret weapon in the audiovisual world.
It really is. The engineering behind it is incredibly elegant, especially for anyone dealing with, large-scale installations.
Okay, let's unpack this. Looking at the specs, this thing is tiny. I mean, it's basically just a utilitarian galvanized steel box. What are the actual dimensions we are dealing with here?
It is remarkably compact, exactly 4 by 1.4 by 1.7 inches.
Wow, that is small.
Yeah, and its main job is to take a standard 3.5 millimeter stereo signal and just adapt it to run straight through your standard RJ45 Cat5e or Cat6 infrastructure.
So the word balloon is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that name.
Oh, definitely.
For those of us looking at the technical sheet, what exactly are we balancing and unbalancing here?
Well, that is the core of the magic, really.
Yeah.
It essentially converts an unbalanced audio signal into a balanced one.
Right.
And when you do that, you can push the signal over the twisted pairs of a standard Ethernet cable. Because of how those pairs are twisted, the balanced transmission actively rejects common mode noise and interference along the line.
That makes perfect sense.
And what's fascinating here is the sheer distance you gain because of that noise rejection.
Right, because normally analog audio degrades pretty rapidly over a long run.
Exactly. But this lets you push full spectrum high fidelity audio, so from 20 hertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz, up to 2,500 feet.
Wait, 2,500 feet?
Yes,
That is nearly half a mile of cable.
it is.
Are we really not seeing latency issues or signal drops at that extreme distance?
You'd think so, but because of that balanced transmission over the twisted pairs, the audio quality is completely preserved from source to destination.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. To actually pull this off, you can't just buy one.
Right, you need a pair.
Exactly. One unit to transmit the audio and a second unit on the receiving end to catch it.
And at today's price of $107.16 a unit, buying a pair is just an absolute steal compared to the labor and material costs of running a half mile of custom copper audio wiring.
So at a little over $100 a pop, you're saving an absolute fortune on copper.
Absolutely.
I have to imagine this is why a massive vendor like HDTV Supply is pushing these.
Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the necessity of this device makes perfect sense. HDTV Supply is a 25-year-old company that specializes in massive AV setups.
Like the really big commercial one.
Oh, yeah. We are talking about their signature Wolfpack Matrix switchers. Those can handle up to 160 TVs, along with giant video walls designed for sprawling sports bars, casinos, arenas.
The kinds of places where you have complex routing matrices and you need screens and speakers literally everywhere.
Exactly. And when you are building on that scale, a balloon like this becomes the essential connective tissue.
It ties everything together.
It does. It allows installers to route perfect audio all over a venue, utilizing the structured networking cable that is already in place.
Which brings us to why you listening right now should care about this.
Right.
If you were ever tasked with setting up sound in a massive space, you don't need to pull expensive specialized audio runs. You can just leverage the standard structured internet cabling already hiding in the walls.
It really raises an important question about how we view the infrastructure around us. This is a perfect example of how a single piece of conversion tech can completely alter the utility of a basic Ethernet run.
So what does this all mean? Ultimately, it means that with the right adapter cheap, Cat5e becomes a half-mile long high-fidelity audio bridge.
It is pretty incredible.
And it leaves you with a final thought to ponder today. If a simple Ethernet cable can be cleverly adapted to carry pristine analog audio for 2,500 feet, what other everyday wires hiding inside your walls might be secretly capable of doing entirely different jobs than what they were built for?